Have you ever wondered why you're applying and applying, but actually not finding any responses from employers? How come you've tried all these months of all this hard work and received no responses? Well, it actually could be a couple of things. I'd say the biggest reason it could be just the timing of the industry. Aviation is very cyclical. They could be having some crazy hiring for a couple of months in a row, and all of a sudden, boom, nothing, dead, no more hiring. In fact, you could actually be in a hiring pool and they could just remove your application in the spot because there's no more jobs to hire you for. So that could be one reason. It's the aviation cycle, and that's completely out of your control. Another reason is because maybe you're applying for jobs that are way beyond your qualification range. I see this a lot and I did this myself too when I started out. Maybe you have 300, 400 hours of flying time, but you're applying for jobs that require 1,000 hours, and you're saying, well, just maybe, can you please? There might be still a slight chance that they might hire me. Well, not really. They're not actually going to keep your information on file either. It's either you have the information or the experience now, or they just delete your file in the system and then you must reapply again to see it. So that's another thing I see. I see pilots thinking that employers keep their information on file, which really they're not actually thinking about you the whole time. So either you have the experience now or you don't. It's one of those things. So I wouldn't apply for jobs that are, way beyond your experience level. Maybe within the 100 or 200 buffer range. That's about it. I'd say another reason why you're not getting a job is because the way you're applying. Maybe you're not applying frequently enough. I see this very common for pilots. They say, I've been applying. But when I asked them when was the last time they applied, and they said a month ago. And I'm thinking, a month ago? That's way too long. A lot of things happen in a month. I mean, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, and you're applying a month ago. That's not enough ballots in a box. You can think of applying for a job as you putting more ballots in let's say a lottery box. The more applications or tickets you have in there, the better. So if you have to send your email to employers, I personally send, when I was applying for a job, every single week at least, sometimes even twice a week. And some of you might say, well, isn't that going to piss them off? Isn't that too much? And honestly, you have nothing to lose. They already do not know you. They're already not calling you. So you actually have nothing to lose. It's better to have a little bit extra spots in there where they can, extra chances for them to call you. That way, you can actually get called. Right now, you're basically nobody to them. You're invisible. So you're actually not losing out on anything by applying more frequently. And I would say those are the reasons why I think you might not be getting a job. Yeah, maybe it's industry timing, or maybe you're applying for jobs that are beyond your range, or maybe you're not applying frequently enough. And yeah, there are certain things you can do to improve the situation. I definitely say making connections early in the industry. Reach out to your old flight instructors. That's what I did. I reached out to my former flight instructor. That's how I got my first job. Reach out to your former colleagues, and even pick up the phone and talk to people, or even just drive to the company you're applying for. So you can do a whole bunch of things, just don't sit around and being passive. I would say 70% of the pilots I talk to in career calls, you're way too passive. They just sit around and they just hope the job just falls into their laps. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. All right, take care.